England forward Cole Palmer urged to leave toxic Chelsea as Manchester United rumours resurface. Cole Palmer has been urged to leave Chelsea after the club's toxic dressing room forced Liam Rosenior out of his job. The Blues find themselves without a manager once again as Rosenior was relieved of his duties following a dismal 3-0 loss at Brighton earlier this month. Widespread reports emerged following his dismissal claiming Rosenior failed to win the respect of his players in his brief time with the club. Gareth Barry, the second most experienced player in Premier League history, worries the mood in the Chelsea dressing room is affecting Palmer's performances and, subsequently, limiting his career prospects. Barry's quotes come as reports linking Palmer with a move to Manchester United continue to proliferate, with the player said to be homesick in London. Palmer himself has laughed off those claims, but as far as Barry is concerned, Chelsea's ongoing turmoil will not make him feel any more at home in the south. Any player wants to be playing in a settled dressing room at a settled club, he said. If you're in a dressing room that is perhaps slightly toxic, it is hard to go into training and perform every day. It's not nice. We all know the dressing room is so strong. If you get 2 or 3 players starting to doubt the manager's beliefs or his methods, it naturally creeps in. If those few players aren't happy, they're not going to be performing at the levels they can if something's eating away at them, and it can leak into the whole team's performance. If that was the case at Chelsea, it would be affecting the dressing room. Barry continued, I've had small periods of that in my career. The manager is desperate. They can see that this player is affecting the dressing room. They want to get them out, but in football, you can't do that overnight. Liam Rosenior wouldn't have had a chance to do something about it. Any player, Cole Palmer and others, if they aren't seeing a long-term settled future at Chelsea, it's natural for them and their agents to start looking and thinking, where can we go and achieve things in what ultimately is a quick career as a football player. Meanwhile, Manchester United are just one victory away from securing their place in next season's Champions League as they shift their focus to this weekend's clash with Liverpool. However, Michael Carrick's men will also have one eye on the summer transfer window, which is fast approaching. Casemiro is due to depart on a free transfer, and his absence will be keenly felt after an impressive run of form in recent weeks. He netted the opener on Monday night against Brentford, his 9th league goal of the season. The Brazilian had managed just 6 goals across 77 Premier League appearances prior to this campaign. However, it's not just his goals which will need replacing. Case has had an influence within the group, interim manager Carrick said. He's got huge experience. He's a big player who has achieved an awful lot in the game. The prospect of Champions League football could assist United in finding a replacement for Casemiro when his contract concludes, though the club are determined to avoid repeating previous transfer market errors. Here are the latest developments from around Old Trafford. Nottingham Forest and England midfielder Elliot Anderson has emerged as United's primary midfield target. They face competition for his signature, however, with BBC Sport reporting that the 13-time Premier League champions' approach will differ significantly from previous summer windows. United are adamant they will not overpay for Anderson, having already signed the likes of Antony and Rasmus Højlund at significant expense over recent summer windows. There have been suggestions that, should Forest stand firm on their reported £120 million valuation, owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his transfer team will turn their attention elsewhere. The Old Trafford club also want to avoid getting locked in protracted negotiations before switching targets at the 11th hour, as occurred when they pursued Casemiro following the failed attempt to land Barcelona star Frenkie de Jong. They are using last summer's acquisitions of Matheus Cunha and Brian Bumo as a benchmark as they aim to get deals done early and with as little fuss as possible. Anderson is not the only midfielder to have been linked with a move to Old Trafford, with considerable speculation surrounding the likes of Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba throughout the past year. Nevertheless, former United striker Louis Saha has pointed to other targets, naming Bruno Guimaraes and Aurelien Tchouameni as he identifies the profile of player United need. If you lose someone like Casemiro, you need experience and someone who can maintain the level in midfield, Saha told BetVictor Online Casino. Guimaraes would fit really nicely because he already knows the Premier League. He's aggressive but also very technical and can add goals. Tchouameni has experience at the highest level and plays under pressure every day. That's very similar to what Casemiro brought, he added. United might end up needing more than one midfielder if Casemiro is followed out the exit door by Manuel Ugarte, and a number of names continue to be floated. United are also willing to sell Manuel Ugarte for £25 million this summer, TalkSport understands. United paid Paris Saint-Germain £50 million 2 summers ago to make Ugarte the first signing of the Ineos era. The 25-year-old signed a 5-year deal through to the summer of 2029, with the option of a further year. However, Ugarte has made just 10 starts across all competitions this season. The midfielder has also been an unused substitute for the Red Devils' last 2 Premier League outings. His exit comes ahead of a planned midfield overhaul at Old Trafford this summer. Casemiro's departure has already been confirmed when his contract expires at the end of the season. Meanwhile, United have added Atalanta's Ederson to their list of transfer targets, TalkSport understands. The Brazilian is valued at around £42 million but has already agreed personal terms with Atletico Madrid. United could still secure his services, though, with a fee yet to be agreed by the Spanish giants. As for Ugarte, the Uruguayan has made 69 appearances for the Red Devils since his arrival in 2024. Those appearances have produced just 2 goals and 6 assists in all competitions.